So if there's one thing all of us have learned the last few years of playing Street Fighter 6, is that we always respect and love people that play with modern controls. Doesn't matter where you go on the internet, everyone just has such kind words for them. Okay, let's be real. For some reason, people just don't like other people that use modern controls. But I'm here to tell you, you can actually learn a lot from following very high level modern players. To be honest, I don't know why people hate modern players so much. And I mean, we've all seen it in Battle Hub. I go over to see like an empty cabinet. I'm like, why is no one playing this person? And I see, oh, he's a Zangief player using modern, so no one's going to want to face him. And I never really got that because even old Capcom games had, modern controls in them. Like a lot of the old Marvel games, they had auto combos and things like that. And even some of the, harder games in the FGC like Smash Bros, they technically have modern controls because all their special moves are done with, one button inputs. But they're still pretty hard to play. And I've seen so many people say that you only beat me because you have easy controls like modern. Let me tell you, brother, if someone just stomped on your head 10 games in a row, it had nothing to do with modern controls. They just know how to play the game and you just gotta deal with it. So here are the two main reasons I think you should seek out high-level modern players to actually face off against them and to learn from them in replay mode as well. Alright, so the first reason you should seek out high-level modern players is that it's going to teach you how to actually fight high-level players. And what do I mean by that? The first thing you're going to know with any modern player, and we've all seen it, they don't miss any anti-airs. If their character is a Dragon Punch, it's one button for them. You're never going to get a jump in on them and you just got to deal with it. That's the same thing that happens when you play a pro-level player. They're amazing with their anti-airs, so it's going to force you to actually work on your ground game. And I promise the more you stay on the ground, the more you're going to improve in any type of matchup that you have. And the ground game is the hardest thing to learn in any fighting game. It doesn't matter in what genre. So the fact that modern players can force you to actually stay on the ground in an area that most of us aren't as comfortable in, it will help you improve in the long run. So remember, when you can't jump willy-nilly because you know they're going to have one button DPs, you're going to be forced to stay on the ground and it's going to improve your fundamentals. The other thing that's going to happen when you play a high-level modern player, or any modern player for this sake, they're not going to miss any combos. And just like a high-level player, they're not going to miss any combos as well. Modern players can do most of their combos by just mashing one button. It's not always the most optimal combo out there, but let's be real. They're not leaving any damage on the table in terms of, whiffing a combo or missing a combo altogether. So this is actually going to force you to know that, hey, when I make a mistake, I'm going to get punished for this. And this will make you a more patient player as well. I promise, when you know your opponent's not messing around or they're not dropping anything, you're going to be thinking about that and you're going to actually improve on your timing and your spacing as well. And then the second part that's equally important, it's why you should watch modern players. Half the time, I'm sure we're all guilty of this, when we search highlights or replays of our favorite players, we just find players that use classic controls. And let's be real, most people are using classic controls, so it's kind of tough. But how many modern characters are you searching? And I'm here to tell you, you're missing out on tons of information. And I actually found this out the hard way. And the reason you need to follow those players is that they're going to show you a completely different playstyle and a completely different move set than what you're used to from, the rest of the classic cast. And what I mean by that is, modern characters don't have access to the entire toolkit for a character. And because they don't, naturally you're going to have different setups and different gameplay, ideas. And all of those can be adopted into your current gameplay because they can still be applied to classic controls. So take Terry for example. In modern control, he'll still have access to most of his normals, but he loses a very important one, his stand medium kick. And if you see a lot of classic Terrys playing, you know the stand medium kick is a very important move to his toolkit. And this move's important for a lot of reasons. One, it's a long range normal, so if an opponent's walking you down, there's a very annoying move that you can throw out. It goes over lows and it has that utility. It's also a good frame trap depending on the sequence for people that like to, wake up and mash throw. It also has silly applications like getting a punish counter into level 1s. This will also work on counter hit. Then you use it for a frame kill on a combo like this, and it sets Terry up in the perfect situation to go for another throw, to do a shimmy. This is probably the most important reason why you need that stand medium kick in the corner. So then I asked myself, how can any Terry overcome this without having it? And then I found a modern Terry legend. and that player's name is Kamikura. He is just an incredible player, and the fact that he doesn't have access to stand medium kick, you'd never even notice it because this Terry is doing so many different things that classic Terrys aren't doing. And you'll slowly see that once you start implementing some of these into your game, not only will it help you improve, but it'll just help you get a better understanding of your character and how to use them. So often we just fall into the gameplay loop of, just copying whatever the pro players on, classic controls do. But there's so many different ways to play a character, and it also makes your opponent keep guessing as well, because if they're seeing something new for the first time as well, it's going to throw them for a loop. So the first thing he does when he doesn't have access to stand medium kick, you'll notice he does his medium punch fireball a lot more. And I'll be honest, I wasn't using this nearly as much as I should. I was just relying on the low fireball to go under other fireballs. But the fact that this fireball is so fast, he's able to pester his opponent. He doesn't have to worry about them drive rushing forward because this will clip them out of it. And he's doing it at distances where if they do jump, he can drive rush forward, uppercut, or he'll recover in time to get the uppercut. Even when a character jumped in on him and got big damage, he still stuck to the plan. He just kept chucking this out because it controls so much space in such a fast manner that it definitely threw his opponents for a loop. So because he doesn't have access to stand medium kick, he couldn't punish this move like the rest of us did like this. He was actually doing crouch medium punch into the medium version of power charge. So it looks something like this. And because he was able to hit him out of the air like that, you're still able to get the level 1 off the same way that you would do if you got the standing version. It almost does nearly 3000 damage, but you're also actually able to get in the level 2 as well. So he's adding new different ways of how you can combo. And this was like a light bulb moment for me because stand medium kick comes out in 9 frames and crouch medium punch comes out in 6 frames. So I was able to change my spacing, change my, walk in, walk out, and then I'll pick the different normal depending on the situation. But now I have 2 options to punish something when I was only really focusing on one way to whiff punish. So as mentioned before, because he doesn't have access to stand medium kick, he can't get off this shimmy. And this is a very important shimmy for Terry. So what he would do instead was finish the combo with a rising tackle like that, whiff a jab, and then walk backwards. And the reason this is important is not only does it give you the shimmy, but it still lets you continue the pressure with a perfect frame kill into a medium punch. So if someone wakes up, grabs, you still get a frame trap off. So again, this is another option that I was able to add to my corner game that I didn't even know existed. And my opponents were so used to, just seeing this variation of something that they were just mentally prepared all the time because that's all they saw. But now that I'm whiffing jabs and there's different setups and they're seeing like the uppercut like that, they had another thing to think about. So I was able to literally double my corner output by just watching someone that plays modern. So that's the video. I hope you liked it. And again, the main reason I make these videos is I just want to show different perspectives on things, and I want people to learn, the game in different ways as well. Not always just figure out combos or seeing what the best players are doing. Sometimes we got to see what other types of players are doing, using different controls, different mechanics altogether, and then slowly start implementing them into our own gameplay. So if you like these types of videos, leave a like and a subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one.